do this. Doesn't look terrible. I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay, well I'm about ready to glue this hard work here that I've done on. And so because I know that epoxy is going to go all over the place, I kind of tried to tape up the blade and tape up the handle where I know that epoxy is going to ooze out. I've never done a handle quite like this before. I've never done a hidden tang without a guard, so this will be a first for me, and we'll see how this goes. Okay. How much to put in there? Man, I don't know, because that tang's going to take up a lot of the space. I don't know. Let's just see what happens. Whoop. Well, we'll use at least that much. I don't know. Will that be enough? Will it be too much? Well, I'm going to try and see what happens. We're slamming out the epoxy. Oh man, that's a lot of excess. That's why I put the tape on, though. Oh. Okay, that's actually quite tight. Probably tighter than I need it to be. But, alright. Well, I woke up this morning to confirm something that I suspected last night. which is that this got pushed too far together, and I thought the hole in the bottom here had bottomed out so that pressure wasn't going to wasn't going to put too much pressure on this thin edge I had here, but I was wrong. So it pushed into it too far. Now I can't get the blue painter's tape out of the area where the epoxy is because it's gone slightly below the top edge level of the wood. And on top of that, it broke out a little section there at the bottom. And so I don't know what I'm going to do, because if I try to get that blue stuff out of there, I'm probably going to scratch up the blade, and it's going to be all awkward, and probably have to chip out more of the handle. And but if I leave it there, it's going to look horrible. I don't know if there's any way I can salvage this without having to completely cut off this handle and start over again. It's a nice piece of wood. Apparently I've got this trend of just destroying nice pieces of wood while I'm trying to make knives. Yeah, this is frustrating. What a bunch of wasted work. Look at that though, that was a very nice piece of wood. Now it's kindling. Well, I don't know if you can see this light, but it's a nice piece of walnut. It's got some figuring in it that I like. The problem here is there's this crack on the end grain. I don't know if you can see it in this light. It goes right through here. And if I leave that in the final product, that's going to crack on me. And I really don't want that. So, I've been sanding my brains out on this thing. I don't know, I kind of think it looks pretty good. And I think I'm finally at a good enough, I mean, it definitely feels good in the hand for a little knife. I don't want it to be too, you know, too bulky, but at the same time, it's, you know, I don't know. I like it. Hopefully my stepfather will like it. Now to the fun part. I've got it to a 500 grit finish after a whole bunch of thinking and shaping and sanding, and I think we're about ready to do the linseed oil wipe, and I'm quite curious to see what this is going to look like. I can definitely see a little chatoyance shining through here, but I think it's going to make it a lot darker, unfortunately, wetting it down, but it's going to be interesting. Stick with me. Here goes. Oh, I like that. That looks pretty cool. I mean, it won't stay looking this amazing forever because it'll dull out a little bit, but man, I like it. I like it. Okay, so I think it's about time to bring this video to an end. I'm finished with it. I'm happy with the results. I realized that I got so busy trying to finish this by my stepfather's birthday that I didn't get to show you the process of the sheath making, at least not much of it. So, but you can find probably lots of videos on YouTube about how to make sheaths. But overall, I'm really happy with the whole setup. The handle turned out pretty good. It's hidden tang, and you know, it's got some nice curly black walnut in there. Looks pretty good. I think the steel pin added a nice little accent. As you saw, I had to destroy the first attempt of whatever that other stuff was. I think it might have been a darker maple variety. On a knife this small, with no guard up here, man, that hole for the knife to drop down into really has to be perfect. And it really was challenging, I will say that. But this is a one-of-a-kind knife. I don't think anybody else has a knife quite like this. And, you know, I think the intended recipient is going to like it. To me, it's just the best knife I've made so far. This is knife number 4. My first Sanmai Damascus. Sharp knife. It hardened up to about an HRC of 65. So it's a good hard knife steel in here. Well guys, I had a whole lot of fun with this build. Hopefully you had fun watching what parts of it I was able to document. There's always challenges in every one, but I learn so much every time. It's like exponential. And hopefully you guys are learning a little bit as you're seeing me make these things. As always, feel free to leave a comment, ask a question. If there's any part of the process I left out that you wanted to see, just tell me and I'll make sure during the next build I put special focus on those things. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys sharing this journey with me. I'm going to be making more, so stay tuned in, guys. I'll check you later.